A week ago, we told you about a bipartisan group of lawmakers who put together a compromise package for coronavirus relief. It looked then like it might sail through, but no longer. Joining us now from West Virginia, Senator Joe Manchin, a leading member of the Gang of Eight, pushing that plan. Senator, is the Gang of Eight's compromise, $908 billion, is that plan now dead? And is there a chance that Congress may leave town for the year without passing any COVID relief at all?
Well, first of all, Chris, the plan is alive and well, and there's no way that we're going to leave Washington without taking care of the emergency needs of our people. And that's all over our country, in my state of West Virginia, too. They're all hurting everywhere.
But it seems you've got, and I'm going to get into some specifics in a minute, you've got the president pushing one plan, Senate Majority Leader McConnell pushing another, Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats a third. It seemed, as I say, a week ago, like maybe they were all going to come together behind your plan. There's an awful lot of talk that negotiations have fallen apart.
Well, here's the thing. It hasn't fallen apart. We've been meeting day and night for the last month. We were on the call all day yesterday. We get on the call again this afternoon to finish things up. We'll have a bill produced for the American people tomorrow, $908 billion. Now, Chris, the bottom line is there's a lot of parts to this bill. And in the spirit of compromise, you have to work through all of that. But at the end, you can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. There's going to be, individually, if you put a bill up, there's some of the members wouldn't vote for certain parts of the bill. But when you put them all together and look at the good it does for our country in the most emergency way that we need it. This is only till April 1. We're trying to get through the toughest first quarter of our country that we've ever faced. And we've got people without nutrition, we have people without shelter, we have people without paychecks, they're unemployed, we have hospitals that are being overburdened, we have healthcare workers, we have schools that need to be attended to. This covers all of that, and we give all the small businesses a chance to survive until the first quarter. By then, we should come out with a vaccine that should be helping us, and Joe Biden will be our president and make a determination what more is needed. This is strictly an emergency measure.
Yeah, but I just want to make it clear, the bill you're talking about tomorrow is a bill that the Gang of Eight agrees on. You don't have majority support in the Senate. You don't have majority support in the House. Let me ask you about some of the alternatives that are out there now. And let's, if you don't mind, a lightning round, quick questions, quick answers. President Trump says President Trump says forget the unemployment benefits, just send a single stimulus check, $600 to each American. Is that a good idea?
It's a bad idea, and I hope he reevaluates that statement, because basically, if you're sending a stimulus check of $600 or whatever it may be, it was $1,200 before, you're sending it to people that still have a paycheck and still have a job. If you send a check to an unemployed person, you're sending a person that has no lifeline. It's done at the end of this month. They've got nothing. We're going to $300 extended for 16 weeks. I think that's much more reasonable, practical, and much needed.
All right. Republican leaders still want some liability protection for businesses, so people, when they go to a restaurant or a school or whatever, can't then sue and say, you gave me COVID. Democrats still want a lot of aid to cities and states, but the Republicans don't like the Democratic idea. The Democrats don't like the Republican idea. Is that still the holdup?
Well, the spirit of compromise is this. Everybody's not going to get what they want. We can get something we could all live with, but we're putting a product forward. It's going to go forward with everything. Hopefully in it, you'll see a complete bill tomorrow before the end of the day. Well, then you can choose if you like it or not. Vote for it or vote against it. Look at the good it does as a whole, not an individual piece. There's nobody that wants a business to be litigated out of business. They're going to be tough enough just surviving. On the other hand, we don't want to throw caution to the wind that the businesses aren't safe places to work, the workers not protected, and the people that patronize these places of businesses are not in a safe environment. We have to take all that in consideration, do the best we can. I remind you this, it's for a short period of time. A short period. We're not changing the tort laws forever. We're just trying to get through an emergency period of time.
All right. Some senators are saying, look, liability is an issue, aid to cities and states is an issue. Let's forget about both of those in this bill and just stick aid specifically to unemployed workers and aid to small businesses on the bill that you've got to pass to keep the government running to avoid a shutdown.
Sure.
Forget about that other stuff for now. What do you think about that idea?
Oh, Chris, that's the easy way. That's the easy way out. We can forget about the tough things. That's what we've been doing for 10 years or more. No one wants to take a tough vote. They're all afraid it's going to hurt them in an election. We're here to take tough votes. We're here to help a country that's having a tremendous hardship going on right now, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. So with that being said, that's the easy way. We can drop off both liability and drop off aids to states. But states and municipalities especially, they're on the front line. You want your services to go, essential services, first responders, firemen, policemen. You want all those to be in jeopardy of the services that we depend on and need, to let it fall apart and think we can pick it back up? You want the airlines to collapse? You want all these things to go by the wayside. We don't. We're going to make the tough selection. Now, if the rest of the caucus won't go along with it, they'll decide what they can throw out. If the leaders can't come together, but we worked as a bipartisan group, and we've grown over the month. We've got a good product that's been vetted in so many different ways. And only thing I can tell you, we've done what this place is supposed to do. We've worked together. We didn't work apart and condemn each other and point fingers at them. We've got a good product, and we want the American people to know that in America, we can do it in a bipartisan way. We can do it, and we're going to do it.
Senator Manchin, you've done a very good job of selling your plan. You have not done a good job of convincing me, though, it's going to get passed by Congress in the next week.
Well, there's no guarantee. There's 535 people that have to vote. 535. I can't guarantee they're all going to vote for it and pass it, but I can tell you one thing. What's the alternative? What are you going to do? We've given 1 month. Day and night, our staffs have worked around the clock. We've done everything we can to put an all-inclusive product together. Pick whatever part you like, whatever part you don't like. Put it all together or take it as a whole. We're going to give it to you the way we think the American people need it. In an emergency situation, we need this legislation.
Senator Manchin, I want to switch to just one other subject. We got
Sure.
less than 2 minutes left. Do any of Joe Biden's nominees, members of his team, give you heartburn? For instance, you back when Barack Obama appointed Dr. Vivek Murthy as Surgeon General, you opposed that. He's now being renamed by Joe Biden, Dr. Murthy for Surgeon General. You've got Javier Becerra for HHS. Is there anybody that he has named so far that you think, I'm not sure I can vote to confirm them?
Well, let me be very clear. I've been very differential with President Trump, President Obama's before, and I'll be very differential with President Biden. I think a president ought to put their team together. Unless that person has done something wrong or totally runs amok of what I believe and what I represent the state of West Virginia, then basically I always have said, okay, put your team together. Their will and pleasure. If they screw up and they're bad, you're going to be held accountable, and in 4 years the people can atone that. So I've been very differential. I'm going to look at each one of them. There might be some that I don't agree with. I will be able to let the Biden administration know how I feel, but we haven't done the personal interviews yet before we confirm. I look forward to that.
Senator Manchin, thank you. Thanks for joining us, and good luck this week in coming up with the relief package. Lord knows the country needs it. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Chris, we're going to do it. People believe in America. This is a great country, and the people need help right now so we can be great again, and we'll make it happen. We will.
Well, the power of positive thinking.